Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2021 graduation ceremony under the theme Producing Chartered Accountants to Drive a Knowledge-Based Economy.
Can we please rise to sing the National Anthem? The DPS at the Ministry of Tertiary Education, Research, Science and Technology, Mr. Wada Mashumba. The Accountant General, Mr. Kyaleboga Molloatladi. The Auditor General, Me Pulane Letebeli. The BICA President, Me Cecilia Ramatlapeng. The ICAEW Regional Director of Africa, Middle East and South Asia, Mr. Michael Armstrong. The Botswana Accountancy Oversight Authority CEO, Mr. Duncan Majinda. The Executive Director of Botswana Accountancy College, Me Setiliburu, and your management team. Honorable Council members here present. BICA CEO, Me Vereli Molatedi. Chief Executive Officers and the C-suite of parastatals and private organizations here present or represented. Heads of government departments here present. BICA members present. The very people that have brought us here, the graduates and award recipients, parents, guardians, or friends of BICA graduates and award recipients, authorized training employers represented here, tuition providers represented, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my fellow colleagues and BICA staff, allow me to say all protocol duly observed, and perhaps I can further say all COVID-19 health protocol observed. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2021 BICA graduation and awards ceremony. And this year the theme is Producing Chartered Accountants to Drive a Knowledge-Based Economy. My name is Tumisa Motei, and I have the singular pleasure of serving today as your Director of Ceremonies. Can I first say that as I look around, you look suave and debonair. A round of applause to each one of you, especially our graduates. Our graduates who are somewhat readying themselves for the C-suite and that corner office, that 5 or 6 figure salary. Now more than ever, the accountancy profession is in high demand. The burgeoning of the digital currency space, money laundering syndicates, the corruption which is running rife, it makes it even more pressing to appoint qualified accountants of the kind of caliber that BICA is producing. Now more than ever, we need practitioners with the integrity and discipline to set standards and assist in efforts of nation building. Now more than ever, we need skillful officers who can be stewards of our economy and lead us to prosperity for all. Now more than ever, we need you and you and you. I'm not a speaker today. I'm just directing the ceremony. So to welcome us officially to this auspicious occasion, this monumental milestone, can you please help me welcome to the podium the BICA CEO, Me Vereli Molatedi. Can we get her here with a thunderous round of applause?
Director of Ceremonies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol has been observed. I'm honored to be given the privilege to warmly welcome you to our fourth BICA graduation and awards ceremony. Thank you very much for availing yourselves today to celebrate this precious moment with our graduates and award recipients. Last year, we did not have this ceremony as we were right in the middle of the pandemic. This year, even though I would have wished that we celebrate the ceremony physically, COVID-19 pandemic is still very much around, so we just had to settle for the virtual route to mitigate the risks. But just thinking about it, the positive thing that has come out of this pandemic is the ease of outreach because of the use of technology. I'm saying this because we've been able to invite more people to this virtual graduation than we would have ordinarily done if it was a physical event. I'd like to especially welcome Mr. Wada Mashumba, the Deputy Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Tertiary Education, Research, Science and Technology. I have to make sure I say it right, who courteously accepted our invitation to be our guest speaker at this event. Welcome, sir, and we thank you for your time. I also have the privilege to welcome Mr. Michael Armstrong from the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, our twinning partners, who's also joining us virtually from the other side of the world. Thank you, Michael, for gracing this ceremony. Mara Matlapeng, BICA President, and your council colleagues, you are most welcome. And we acknowledge that events like these are possible because of your visionary leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, it is also my pleasure to welcome the Accountant General Raymond Loatladi, who's our father, our custodian, as he always ensures that whatever assistance BICA needs from the ministry, it is granted. We thank you, Raymond Loatladi, and your team. Director of Ceremonies, I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Duncan Majinda, who's our regulator. It would also be remiss of me not to mention the presence of Ms. Setili Buru, the Executive Director of Botswana Accountancy College, because Bagaetsu, the majority of our graduates today have had an association with BAC in one way or the other. Welcome and thank you, Maliburu and your team. You've made us very proud. In the same vein, I'd also like to recognize the presence of Ms. Kgosego Motsamai, Managing Partner at KPMG and past President of BICA, as it is the first time in the history of our graduation that we have the majority of graduates at one session having gotten their practical work experience from one ATE. Welcome and thank you, G, as I affectionately call you, and your team. This practical work experience is what differentiates our graduates in the market. Colleagues from parastatals and private organizations, heads of government departments, authorized training employers and tuition providers who do a great job, as without you, we would not have these graduates, our generous sponsors, parents, guardians, and friends of BICA graduates and award recipients, BICA members, BICA staff who always go all out to make sure that our events are a success. It's all because of our BICA staff. I only arrived here at 1:45 and found that everything was in order. Members of the media here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very sincere and warm welcome to you all. Today's graduation and awards ceremony marks the greatest milestone in the development of the BICA Chartered Accountancy qualification in Botswana, as it is the first time that we had 8 students qualifying at one sitting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big deal because this is a very difficult qualification, and it is very rare that you find a big number qualifying at one sitting. I think we need to give the graduates a round of applause. To us, this is testimony that indeed students are now understanding the intricacies of the BICA qualification and what the government of Botswana so wished for when it decided that the country must have its own chartered accountancy qualification is now bearing fruit big time. This positive trajectory could not have come at a better time because this qualification is now in its 10th year. Graduates, I deliberately left you out when I welcomed guests earlier on, as I wanted to specially welcome you to your event. This is your moment to shine, and I welcome you. I believe that as you have acquired the much-needed skills and knowledge, you will selflessly share the necessary knowledge and skills in the field of finance, taxation, business, and accounting at different levels and areas of accounting profession where you will be working. Please remember to do this with both. I invite you to continue your interest in the Botswana Institute of Accountants by participating in committees for the advancement of the institute. We need you. My dear graduates, an event of this nature comes once in one's lifetime, and you will cherish it for the rest of your lives. It is important to note that without the support of your families, friends, colleagues, you would not have earned this prestigious qualification. I would like to welcome and thank them for the support that they gave you throughout the years. Bagaitsu, this occasion does not only recognize and celebrate the students who completed their studies, but through the assistance of our kind sponsors who are here present with us today, it also recognizes students who are doing well in the program, that is the top achievers, whom I also warmly welcome by recognizing their efforts, commitment, and dedication that they have displayed towards their studies. Ladies and gentlemen, recognizing these top achievers publicly assists us to send a message to prospective students that even though the BICA qualification is very difficult, yes, it is very difficult, it is also doable as long as one gives it their 100%. So please come and join us. Director of Ceremonies, as I move towards my conclusion, I'd like to leave our graduates and award winners with the words of Brian Tracy. I quote, "Those people who develop the ability to continuously acquire and better forms of knowledge that they apply to their work and to their lives will be the movers and shakers in our society for the indefinite future." Close quote. Please remember these words as you now go out into the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by warmly welcoming you once more to our event. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony. Thank you for your kind listenership. Pula bagaetsu.
Thank you once again, the BICA CEO, Me Vereli Molatedi. She said something very interesting there. As I mentioned earlier, as I opened the event today, your profession, or the profession that you're about to go fully into, is a highly sought after profession. And I understand that the kind of rigor that BICA has in its program and in its qualification is the kind that puts together theory and practice. That means that you are market ready as soon as you are out of this particular institution. You hit the ground running. Already, I must think, certain people here, they have already secured where they're going to be operating from next. So what she's saying to you, she's asking that you come back. As alumni, she's asking that you, again, lend them some of your expertise so that we can transmit the knowledge greater than it was transmitted to you and increase the population of chartered accountants, which stands at about 1.8 million in the world. So thank you so very much, Me Molatedi. As we continue, I would like to welcome next the BICA president, Me Cecilia Ramatlapeng, to come up to the podium and share her remarks this afternoon and a word of encouragement to you as soon-to-be graduates of BICA. Me Ramatlapeng, please.
Director of Ceremonies, allow me to say all protocol is observed, as you have already acknowledged all our guests at the start of the ceremony. I take this opportunity to thank you for joining us today to be part of this illustrious occasion. As much as today is a day of celebration, we acknowledge that the accounting fraternity was not immune to the COVID-19 pandemic that affected Botswana and indeed the whole world. Therefore, request that we observe a moment of silence in remembrance of our departed members, not only BICA members, but we lost a lot of people in this nation. Just a moment of silence to acknowledge. Thank you. Director of Ceremonies, allow me to recognize and appreciate the presence of Mr. Wada Mashumba, who is the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tertiary Education, Research, Science and Technology, and is the keynote speaker for this auspicious event. We are honored, sir, that you found it fitting to come and address us, as well as celebrate with us today, despite your busy schedule. Graduates, all of us here today recognize how long you have waited to walk the stage. I mean, we have all been there at one point or the other, through the same BAC for some of us, so it's full circle. We know how fundamentally important it is celebrating this milestone of being a graduate, especially with those who have not only nurtured your success, but provided support throughout your journey of learning. Today marks a historic moment. We are beaming with pride. It's a little bit serious in this room right now, but I guess it's because of the mask. I can't see anybody beaming. I was hoping to see the beaming at this point. However, we are beaming with this pride for this, especially for this cohort, as you achieved an incredible milestone during the height of a global pandemic. I would say let's clap our hands for them at this point. Thank you. You will forever be remembered for your innovative approach to learning and your exceptional resilience. This is demonstrated by the fact that you did not allow the period of the pandemic to dampen your spirits, but you transformed and you evolved to the circumstances in the face of uncertainty to accomplish your goals. That is a commendable start. As we celebrate your achievement, I would like to advise you to take this moment to reflect on the professional development and the personal growth you experienced through your chartered accountancy qualification journey. It is my sincerest hope that your BICA journey has shaped you to make a meaningful and impactful contribution to the socio-economic development of this country and beyond our borders globally. I'm not saying you should go anywhere at this point. We still have a shortage of professional accountants in Botswana. Remember, by using the knowledge you have gained, you are living the values of our government's priority agenda to move from a resource-based economy to a knowledge-based economy. This is what is needed to help develop a sustainable future for all of us here in Botswana. Ladies and gentlemen, let me at this juncture briefly share with you the background information of the Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants, BICA. I know that I would assume that all of you know, but just for those who do not know, BICA is a statutory body enacted under the Accountants Act of 2010 and is charged with the regulation of the accountancy profession in Botswana. And we fulfill our obligations under the Accountants Act through, one, the registration of accountants in all branches of accounting. So essentially, it is a legal requirement for every accountant that provides accounting or related services for a fee or a salary to register with the Institute. BICA also undertakes measures to enhance the quality of services offered by our members. To achieve this, BICA members are required to comply with continuing professional development, as well as to continuously enhance their knowledge and skills throughout their career. BICA also supports accountants and facilitates quality professional accountancy services through the monitoring and regulating of members and developing of chartered accountants, as you see today. BICA also protects, lastly, BICA protects the public interest through enforcing members' adherence to the BICA Code of Ethics, intensifying quality control through practice reviews, as well as providing disciplinary mechanisms for cases of member misconduct. Just in a nutshell. I am impressed to report that to date, BICA has a cumulative 312 active students at various levels of the qualification. We are optimistic from this pool that through the efforts of tuition providers, represented here by like BAC, Arthur Portland, and Botu University, the Institute will get an increase in graduates from 2022. We are hoping for exponential growth. I would also like to reassure the public that BICA will continue to roll out its strategy. We actually have currently just about to conclude our 5-year strategy and have recently embarked on a strategic review, which we will unveil at next year's AGM. And we will ensure that we deliver on their mandate, which includes the development of professional accountants through the BICA qualification. Today's is indeed a ceremony of achievement. We are congratulating a whooping 16 more graduates for completing the program, which brings the total number of BICA graduates to 33. This is chartered accountants, Botswana chartered accountants. Can we clap our hands? We're chartered. It's not the same as just accountant. It's chartered accountants. This is indeed a modest but great, as I would echo the CEO's words, a great achievement as BICA continues to make strides to develop chartered accountants in Botswana. Today's ceremony is also significant as it is a testimony to the success of government's efforts through the Department of Tertiary Education Financing, working with the Institute to produce chartered accountants to address the citizen skills shortages in the accountancy profession. We are making strides. But right, so these new students, or these students now graduates, have persevered through difficult circumstances. I'm sure they will agree with that. Now more than ever, we need professionals and citizens across this discipline who will use their knowledge and skills to solve the problems that we face and to positively change our nation and indeed the world. They have now acquired the necessary competences by completing their 450 days of practical work experience through the authorized training employers. As you know, we accountants work with numbers, so we have to put it in days, not in years. We thank the ATEs for bridging the gap to produce market-ready graduates. I am confident that the graduates can handle any challenge that comes their way, to be flexible, innovative, and adaptive to the changing world. And I have no doubt whatsoever that they will all succeed. I'd like to thank the Botswana government, the ICEW, the ATEs, the tuition providers, parents, family, sponsors, the media, and all other stakeholders for supporting the BICA qualification. We can't do this alone. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to once again congratulate the award winners and urge them to continue to invest in their professional development and always be aligned to market trends to ensure relevance in our ever-evolving global economy and digital economy, if I may add. To the BICA graduates, you are now fully BICA registered members. In no time, you should also be admitted as ICAEW members. Please leverage the opportunity and make your mark in this professional space. It's a very competitive space as well. The world is indeed your oyster, so be bold and make a difference. Go out there with a different mindset and also change mindsets. Go out there and contribute to a sustainable economy. With that said, Bagaitsu, we look forward to your continuous support in years to come. Ke a leboga, a pula e le nele. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again to the BICA president, Ms. Cecilia Ramatlapeng. We're going to move on and perhaps get an appreciation at a global level of what the implications of your graduation are. And to help us with somewhat of an understanding, I'm going to be welcoming here the ICAEW Regional Director of Africa, Middle East and South Asia, Mr. Michael Armstrong, who's going to be joining us virtually as we venture into the fourth industrial revolution and, of course, the setup being a hybrid graduation ceremony. So just give a little bit of attention to what he has to say, because I'm sure it's going to be very important to you as an award winner and also as a graduate. So let's give him an opportunity to share his thoughts.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As Regional Director for ICAEW in the Middle East, Africa and South Asia, it gives me great pleasure to be part of today's virtual graduation. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants who have made today's event possible. Furthermore, I would wish to recognize the key role played by tuition providers, authorized training providers, the Department of Tertiary Education and Financing. On behalf of ICAEW, I'm delighted to pass on our congratulations to the 16 graduating students. In addition to passing the exams, you've managed to juggle all the qualification components simultaneously. That's the work experience, professional development, and ethics modules. In your journey to achieve this milestone, many of you likely lent on the support of others, your families, your friends and partners, whose understanding and patience also helped you get here today. They deserve to be acknowledged too. Your achievement is much more than a qualification. It's the gateway to this profession, our profession, and a diverse and exciting career. Our respective organizations have worked closely together since 2009 to support BICA members and students become members of ICAEW. In 2015, we signed a reciprocal membership agreement that enables dual membership of both professional bodies and the benefit and support of our networks. This agreement is a commitment from both institutes to work together to grow and develop the national talent of Botswana and create the leaders of the future. For those graduates we are honouring today, you are now eligible for reciprocal membership of ICAEW. This will provide you with the opportunity to boost your international presence and expertise. It also means you can access the incredible support we offer our members. Our training and continuous professional development courses, technical and ethical support, including help sheets, telephone helplines, and a volunteer team of support members, and access to our library inquiry service. You will also have access to the services offered by KABA, our well-being charity. They provide lifelong support to past and present ICAEW members and their families, from personal and professional development to career support and financial assistance. Holding both memberships gives wider international recognition and means you will have support from two professional bodies, both valued around the world in business, practice, and the public sector. I'd also like to tell you briefly about our institute. There are more than 1.8 million chartered accountants and students worldwide, and around 1 in 10 of those are members and students of ICAW. We were founded more than 140 years ago in 1880 and have a long history of serving the public interest, working with governments, with regulators and business leaders around the world. We're also proud to be part of Chartered Accountants Worldwide, a global network of 750,000 members across 190 countries, which promotes the expertise and skills of chartered accountants across the globe. Both ICAW and BICA believe that chartered accountancy can be a force for positive change, and that by sharing our insight, expertise and understanding, we can help to create strong economies and a sustainable future for all. I'd like today to cover two critical matters that our profession is facing: climate change and building trust. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of sustainability. Climate change and the climate emergency is an issue that is defining our time. It is no longer a matter of when or if. It's already with us, causing widespread damage and disruption, and the sad truth is, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. The world is changing, and so must the role of chartered accountants. A sustainable future requires businesses to focus on more than profits, and governments to look beyond increasing GDP. And chartered accountants must understand their unique role in making this happen. It doesn't matter whether you work in practice or industry, and whether you work for a micro firm or a mega corporation, there is a core role to play. Your role as a BICA member, and hopefully an ICAW member in the future, is not just to provide numbers and hope that somebody else acts as a result. You're providing information to help enable better decisions being made, whether it's internal decisions on where to invest or external decisions on how investors and other stakeholders should respond to data reported. The role of chartered accountants now and in the future will require helping to make decisions that affect businesses' reaction to the climate crisis and their adaptation efforts. Our global community of members are driving the change to protect the environment for future generations. ICAW and BICA both aim to be at the forefront of thinking and action in sustainability in Botswana, focusing on how organizations embrace it in their activities. However, governments need to work together to confront climate change risks. NGOs also need to play their parts once governments build a platform, involving the fast-developing countries of Africa as much as possible. Following the recent COP26 climate change conference, the plan must be to build and develop a multi-year strategy of reform and consensus. There will be plenty of work to do in aligning nations for future COPs to strengthen transparency and accountability, better track progress, and inspire leadership, continuing with COP27 in Egypt next year. It's in this context I would mention that we have our Climate Change Resource Hub on the ICAW website, bringing you the latest guidance daily on how to mitigate the risks and maximize the opportunities. I'd like now just to move on to my second topic of building trust. Historically, chartered accountants have acted as trust advisors in delivering and interpreting financial information. Most obviously as preparers presenting high-quality information and, as auditors, assuring that information on behalf of shareholders. More recently, the scope of this has expanded to include non-financial information, including metrics on environmental, social and governance matters. Being trustworthy is increasingly at the front of consumers' minds in their interaction with businesses. They want to know that companies they buy from can be trusted to act ethically. Suppliers want to know that the businesses they supply treat their staff and client bases well. Investors want to know the businesses they invest in operate good governance. And virtually everyone who interacts with an organization wants to know they can trust it with their data. We're also being challenged by a culture of misinformation across social media, which often serves to undermine trust in institutions. We need to navigate these new digital channels and effectively counter some of these often baseless narratives. This brings me now back to the role of individual accountants and the profession as a whole in earning trust. Individuals have the power to enhance or deplete the profession. That is why it's important for all of us to demonstrate the work that chartered accountants do and how it affects public understanding and helps build trust in our profession. Both ICAW and BICA members are expected to demonstrate the highest standards of professional conduct and to take into consideration the public interest. Ethical behaviour not only binds chartered accountants together, it plays a vital role in ensuring public trust in financial reporting and business practices and upholding the reputation of the accountancy profession. For those of you who choose to become ICAW members, we will continue to develop services and resources to help you with your professional development and to navigate the challenges and opportunities facing our profession. One example is the ICAW False Assurance film. This is an exciting film drama created to facilitate thought-provoking discussions about how accountants, auditors and company directors should act when faced with difficult situations. It's been used to coach over 250,000 auditors and directors worldwide, and it has been subtitled into multiple languages. Another example of this is the ICAW Global Virtual Skills Conference. This is a specifically created platform for individuals to develop their different skill sets. It enables you to enhance your career with essential professional development, giving you an edge over your peers. There's never been a more exciting time to train and support ICAW ACA students as we've introduced emerging technologies into our qualification and certain exams, such as Inflow. And this is a cloud-based provider of accounting data analytics. This technology enables students to review company data, analyze and interpret the results, provide commentary, justify their actions, and articulate their conclusions. Chartered accountants are a force for positive change. Collectively, we empower businesses to succeed, we encourage individuals and organizations to perform better, and to collaborate with governments, regulators, and business leaders to address the difficult questions and to get to the heart of the real issues. We are most proud to have been supporting BICA to design and launch its qualification back in 2011. We were keen to help develop a highly respected qualification in Botswana to ensure BICA attracts the best and brightest students. 10 years later, we remain as committed as ever to supporting BICA on its continued success. On behalf of ICAW, congratulations to all of you. This is your moment to shine. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and let me now pass you over to the Director of Ceremonies, Mr. Tumisang Mote. Thank you.
Such an insightful and inspirational speech there by the Regional Director of Africa, Middle East and South Asia at the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. And he mentioned very, very important things there. He talks about this career being diverse and dynamic. Not only does it have great earning potential, but it gives one global recognition, a qualification that opens up various opportunities. And it also comes with somewhat of nobility and prestige, but responsibility as well, as he mentioned there that we are going to be looking at people like chartered accountants to build strong economies and sustainable futures for all. But not only them, there are multiple stakeholders here. He talked about parents being involved. He talked about tuition providers, as well as tertiary institutions. And that is going to pave the way for the keynote address that we're going to be receiving in just a little bit from the DPS at the Ministry of Tertiary Education, Research, Science and Technology, Mr. Wada Mashumba, who I would like to welcome to the podium, and through a thunderous applause, showing the kind of livelihood that is happening here at the 2021 BICA graduation and awards ceremony. So, without any further ado, Mr. Wada Mashumba, please, I welcome you to the stage, sir.
The integrity of Botswana's economic development is a result of the continuous contribution and dedication of all stakeholders in the accountancy profession. It is enhanced by a globally recognized regulatory body, Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants, BICA. We believe in being the leading professional body in the country while exercising our mandate of upholding the interests of our members as well as that of the public. Being a strong accountancy profession, we have established the Botswana Professional Accountancy Qualification, which is enhanced by a globally recognized body, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales. So reach out for greatness with a BICA qualification, the only qualification that will guarantee you both theoretical and practical experience and ensure success. Become a member of BICA today to continue honing your skills through the relevant, diverse, continued professional development programs. For more information, call BICA on 397-2992 or visit www.bica.org.bw to find out more about our exceptional programs, BICA incentives, and exciting competitions. Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants. Inspired opportunities.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies, distinguished guests in all your ranks and positions, students and your parents, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to commence by thanking the Chief Executive Officer of the Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ms. Verily Molatedi, the President of the Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountant Council, Ms. Cecilia Ramatlapeng, and council members for inviting me to be part of this distinctive occasion. From very early stages, the Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants has shown exemplary contribution to the development of the country in the effort to augment human capital development and reinforce the accountancy professional regime. Hence, it is an honor for me to humbly stand before such an array of BICA graduates and award recipients, especially in this new normal. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen. Today's theme is centralized around producing chartered accountants to drive a knowledge-based economy. This theme is indeed powerful, as it should resonate with all of us here today. This phenomenon relies on the aspect of driving high levels of intellectual skills as a key driver to the economic transformation. Hence, being here today and witnessing the increment of chartered accountants in Botswana is indeed a glorious moment for all of us today. Bagayesu, this theme is not only for BICA to carry, but it is also important for all of us collectively to carry this initiative to drive a knowledge revolution that transforms Botswana. We're operating in a globalized era where organizations across the globe need to have generated a growing demand for accountancy professionals proficient in the global rather than merely the local perspective. As such, employers increasingly demand for market-ready, fit-for-purpose, and knowledge-driven graduates. This is where the BICA qualification comes in as a valuable development in the life of a chartered accountant. The BICA qualification embraces experiential education training and assessment based on learning outcomes, thus it is relevant to the global market. The qualification allows graduates to transition from ordinary accountants to chartered accountants through their commitment, sacrifice, and hard work. To the graduates, I know at times you had to miss family activities and social events, which are an integral part of human interactions. Moreover, the past 2 years have been challenging for everyone in the global community. Economies and human lives have been impacted by COVID-19, and it is important for us to remember your determination during these trying times. For that, graduates, I continue to applaud and congratulate you. This is a milestone that is worth celebrating. It is because of your perseverance that we convened here today with beautiful smiles of appreciation. I cannot see those smiles though. Let me take this moment to briefly talk about the BICA qualification. BICA, with the support of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning and the World Bank, entered into a twinning arrangement with one of the world's leading professional bodies, the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, ICAEW, to facilitate the development of the Botswana Professional Accountancy Qualification. The Botswana Professional Accountancy Qualification evolved out of a realization that one, a strong economy like that of Botswana needs a strong accountancy profession. Two, a strong profession needs a strong professional body. Three, a professional body will be stronger if it has its own qualification. At the same time, the BICA qualification is an important one in our educational and professional development landscape. It is a locally recognized qualification which is accredited by the Botswana Qualifications Authority, BQA. Local accreditation testifies that the qualification was developed and is relevant in addressing the challenges and needs of the local market as recommended by the Human Resource Development Council, HRDC. At the same time, it is a wholly international qualification, the basis of which prepare graduates to make relevant, innovative, real-life decisions in their various organizations, wherever they may choose to work in the world. To this end, the BICA qualification is uniquely positioned to produce graduates who understand the rigors of an ever-emerging professional landscape. We live in an uncertain economic era, faced with all sorts of changes, challenges, and risks. It is now more than ever that we need accountants who are innovative, developing sustainable systems or solutions that can be applied during these times and beyond. Director of Ceremonies. Even though Botswana is a development success story, there are still challenges that we need to overcome in order for us to meet the global outline, the goals outlined in the government's reset agenda, the National Development Plan 11, the National Vision 2036, the National Human Resource Strategy, and the Excellence Strategy for Economic Diversification. Botswana needs to build human capital skills including professional accountancy. Despite the government's commitment to invest in creating necessary skills in the economy, gaps still exist in various disciplines, including accountancy. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we need to accelerate our efforts to produce more chartered accountants in Botswana. I'm informed that our economy requires more professional accountants, and that population only of that population, only 53% are citizens. This is a clear indication that the Botswana economy relies on a large extent on the importation of professional accountants. But so what I mean is we need to increase, not eliminate, because we need diverse train of thoughts and intelligence in the profession. In this regard, BICA has its work cut out as an institute. The main challenge is to increase the number of qualified registered accountants, ensure localization, and promote diversification. I'm delighted to say that 16 completed their qualification, increasing the number of BICA graduates to 33. We wish to applaud the graduates for becoming BICA qualified chartered accountants. Graduates, as you go and explore the many opportunities available, I'm confident that you will move through the leading roles in the profession with ease. In this era of evolving economies, you are now equipped with skills and mindset that speak to the global market. To succeed in this complex and dynamic world, I encourage you to continue adopting a lifelong learning attitude, as well as nurture and grow your networks. Live beyond the fences of your office space and know your fellow professionals in the industry. As much as BICA is responsible for the development of accountants, the organization has a number of valuable stakeholders who also have a role to play. Developing the professional accountancy profession requires the participation of all of these stakeholders. In this regard, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to recognize and appreciate the role played by some of the world's leading professional bodies in shaping the BICA qualification. I will in particular single out ICAEW, who facilitated the development of the BICA qualification. On the 11th November 2020, ICAEW, a world leader of the accountancy and finance profession, renewed the reciprocal membership agreement with BICA. This agreement, ladies and gentlemen, enables members of both bodies to apply for membership of the other, giving them access to greater support, as well as boosting their international presence and expertise. Ladies and gentlemen, it is inevitable that my presentation to you today will touch on me calling you to action. You will recall that I have made reference to assistance as rendered by various stakeholders in what I will call participatory development. Participatory development is defined by the framework for mainstreaming participatory development process into Bank Operations ADB 1996 as a process through which stakeholders can influence and share control over development initiatives and over the decisions and resources that affect themselves. While the support of all the stakeholders mentioned earlier is applaudable, it is the lack of support of other potential stakeholders that is worrying. It is well documented that the government of Botswana has been able to identify a shortage of professional accountants in the country's economy. Subsequently, the BICA qualification was established, and we are experiencing the fruits of that investment. However, it seems that the government is carrying the weight alone. Ladies and gentlemen, the majority of these graduates and other BICA students are government sponsored. I want to reiterate that the private sector also has a valuable role to play in the development of the much needed professional accountants, because government alone cannot make it. Director of Ceremonies, everyone has a role to play in participatory development of chartered accountants. We must seriously think of the future of the BICA qualification and how each of us can contribute to the development of the accountancy profession. The government can only act as an enabler by passing laws that lead to the developments and funding where possible. This is why I appeal to other stakeholders to come to the party. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many ways that the private sector and public sector can work with BICA in developing the accounting profession. This includes organizations sponsoring their employees to pursue the BICA qualification. Similarly, since we have seen that the competitive edge of this qualification lies in the element of practical work experience, we urge more organizations to apply for accreditation as approved training employers. In that way, you will be giving back in kind by mentoring future accountants. I would like to commend those organizations who have so far embraced the opportunity to enroll their staff and empower them with this BICA qualification. Director of Ceremonies, as we take on challenges presented by the transformational agenda and the knowledge-based economy, we call upon the newly qualified chartered accountants to lead from the front. It is their knowledge about such activities that will ensure that there is return on investment. It is on that note that we welcome the coming of age of our 16 BICA graduates and congratulate all the award recipients. This day we recognize your hard work and dedication. Your resilience is the epitome of hard work. This is just the beginning, or if not continuation, of your great work. We are all looking forward to your valuable contribution to the Botswana economy. By successfully going through this program, you have sold yourselves to the nation at a very high price, and the nation will expect more from you. In closing, I would like to thank BICA for organizing this event in a manner that it is the success that we all wished it to be. I thank you for the courtesy of your attention.
Thank you so much, the DPS at the Ministry of Tertiary Education, Research, Science and Technology, Wada Mashumba. You know, I think I would have been the 17th graduate had it not been for some guys I used to sit with back in school. We used to sit at the back of the class, and these guys, every time I wanted to learn, genuinely so, they would derail me. And look where I am here. I am introducing people without me included in that number. Nevertheless, I am happy for the 16 that we will be recognizing today. And I know my accounting skills, because of that situation, are not so polished. But 16 is a little bit more than half of the whole number, which is at 33, I do believe. If you believe that, just a round of applause. Okay, you have my back. You have my back. That's nice. Thank you so much. There is a token of appreciation for our keynote speaker that is going to be delivered to him by Mayor Ramatlapeng. So Mayor Ramatlapeng is going to be appreciating the kind words and the opportunity that government is extending, as mentioned by Re Masesane in his speech, for people like yourselves, graduates, So please, if we can have that token of appreciation to Re Masisane. A round of applause, please. It looks very heavy. So Re Masisane, as an appreciation for your efforts, for your energies, it's a little something that you will be able to unwrap later and appreciate. I don't know if he wants to do it now. Okay. Here we go. We are accounting for what is inside. You know things are very nice when they've got bubble wrap. It tells you that it's a fragile and very expensive piece of... There it is. Thank you so much. We appreciate your kind words, Re Masisane, and I'm sure the graduates and everybody appreciated what you had to say. Okay. I would like to welcome on stage the BICA CEO, Mevereli Molatedi, so that she can facilitate the award-giving ceremony. And there are so many people that we have to recognize here. Please help her onto the stage. A round of applause. And how this is going to work is that there are certain categories here that I'm going to call out for your appreciation. And each category has been sponsored. So I would like to also, at the same time, in the same breath, call upon the sponsor on stage so that they're able to facilitate that award-giving part of the program. And this first category has to do with the best achiever in each module. So this is an award that's given to someone, a student, who had the highest pass mark for the module and also passed on first attempt. So this is a great achievement. And the sponsor for this particular one, from Botswana Accountancy College, I would like to call to the stage Ms. Tiliburu, who is the Botswana Accountancy College Executive Director. Meliburu, your presence, please. Thank you so much, Meliburu. Okay, so we're going to start again as before. I'm going to call your name. You're going to go to the far left where you will receive your certificate, and then you'll make your way up the podium and get your photo opportunity before moving to the far right. Let's start with an award from this very category, being awarded to Maiteko Mudongo. Maiteko Mudongo for the accounting module. So Maiteko Mudongo, please make your way. And the sponsor, of course, is Botswana Accountancy College. As she's making her way, the award for 2019 for the law module, Neo Nancy Mapani, if you could make your way as well. Take your picture, smile, and have something to remember this moment with. Do you remember, we're not taking Omang pictures here. We're here to smile and be merry, be happy. So, Nsagatsweni. Congratulations to you, Neo. And again, congratulations to Maiteko Mudongo. Thank you so much, Meliburu. A round of applause for Meliburu, BAC Executive Director. Allow me to call upon Mr. Musi Motlati, Head of Finance at Botswana Accountancy Oversight Authority, who is going to be facilitating our next batch of recipients. Motlati, your presence, please. So, this next batch is sponsored by the Botswana Accountancy Oversight Authority, starting off with Seanokeng Fortunate Mosele, having achieved those particular milestones in the assurance module. Please make your way up here. And right behind her is Kaone Kelvin Mudikele. Okay, we believe that Kaone is not here, joining us virtually. Let's continue. Khomolemo Petipiri. Khomolemo Petipiri. Please join us up here and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And then finally, sponsored by Botswana Accountancy Oversight Authority, Caroline Sianokeng Ndori. Caroline Ndori, make your way here, please. A huge, thunderous round of applause for our recipients. Thank you so much, Caroline, and thank you so much, Re Motlati, for facilitating that from Botswana Accountancy Oversight Authority. The next two awards are facilitated and sponsored by Ernst & Young, Mr. Obet Nokane, who's a partner. If you may please make your way to the stage. And as he's making his way to the stage, if I may call upon Kailo Monare, who made great achievements in the business strategy module. Please, a big round of applause. He is breaking gender norms. Congratulations, Kailo. We also have, sponsored by Ernst & Young, having excelled in the financial, accounting, and reporting module at a professional level, Kidirile Motswana. Kidirile Motswana. Congratulations to you, my brother. Aluta continua. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Obet Nokane. You may be excused. Mr. Nelson Muzimbawake, who is the managing partner at Scotch Race, please, if you okay, or any representative really in his absence who can facilitate this next award, which as mentioned is sponsored by Scotch Race, and this one goes to Motlalipula Morake, Motlalipula Itumeleng Morake, who excelled in the financial accounting and reporting module at a professional level. So a big round of applause to our young professional. Okay. Thank you so very much. Thank you, sir. So the next one, we have 3 awards that were sponsored by Mazars. Me Divika Rairath, who is the assurance partner at Mazars. Please make your way onto the stage. Round of applause. She will be facilitating the next 3 awards, and the first of which is going to Kifilwe Atlang Lekoma. Kifilwe Lekoma, please make your way, get your certificate, and Kifilwe was head and shoulders in the financial accounting and reporting module at a professional level. Congratulations, Kifilwe. Caroline Sianokendori excelled in the audit and assurance module at a professional level. A round of applause to her. Please make your way to the stage. Congratulations to you, Caroline. The last of the three sponsored by Mazars, we have Didintle Mpedi, who excelled in corporate reporting at an advanced level. Levels. Didintle, congratulations to you. Photo opt. Thank you so much, Me Raira. Next, we have 4, I do believe, that were sponsored by Grant Thornton. And to assist us with facilitating these, we have the senior manager, Sakshi Shukla. Me Shukla, please make your way on the stage. Me Shukla will be facilitating, as mentioned, 4 awards. The first of which is awarded to Blessed Karumekai. Blessed Karumekai, make your way, please. Having made great achievements in the business strategy module, professional level. Congratulations, Blessed. Kyakantse Moka, who excelled in the financial management module, Kyakantse, at a professional level. Tapelo Lesole, financial management, professional level. The last of which is Munyarazi Mtangi, the accounting module, certificate level. A round of applause. Okay, a big smile from you, and we are done with those recipients. Thank you, Mayor Shukla. You may be excused. Next, we have 4 awards that are sponsored by KPMG. I'd like to call upon, and you're going to applaud before I even say her name. Mayor Jose Motsamai, managing partner at KPMG, also the former BICA president. Round of applause. I hear you've done great things, Mayor Motsamai. Okay, so as mentioned, this is KPMG sponsored. Munyarazi Mtangi, before you even warm your seat, I want you back here. Having excelled in the assurance module at certificate level, congratulations to you. Thabo Morapetsani, auditing and assurance, professional level. Congratulations, Thabo, for your achievement. Amantle Beauty Musini, in the financial management level, professional level. Tota financial management module, professional level. Amantle Musini, congratulations to you. Blessed Karumekai, case study module, advanced level. We now know who the flag bearer is. Congratulations to you. And thank you so much, Mayor Motsamaya. We'll see you later. We will see you later. Okay. Next, allow me to call to the stage Mr. Samuel Njanji, a managing partner at Baker Tilly, to award this next one here. And this one goes to Gamuchirai Makumbe. Gamuchirai Makumbe, the case study module, advanced level. Congratulations to you. Thank you so much, Re Njanji. You may be excused. The next 3 awards are sponsored by Lil Q Consultants. I'd like to call upon Mr. Moeketi Lerato, accountant at Lil Q. A round of applause for him. And he will be facilitating 3 awards, all at advanced level. Starting with Katro Neo Mkumako in corporate reporting. Congratulations to you. Caroline Sanokeng Dori, corporate reporting. Ow, Caroline. Ow. Congratulations to you, Caroline. Didinke Bula Mpedi, Strategic Business Management module. Congratulations to you. So this just shows, everybody has sleepless nights, but some sleepless nights are larger than others. Thank you so much, Rel Rato. MSD Misotro and Associates presents the next batch of awards. Would like to call upon Me Orneile Mudongo, Associate Director. Thank you so much, Me Mudongo. So these are all at certificate level. Let me first call upon Sadimote Musime. Sadimote Musime, who excelled in the Business, Technology and Finance module. Congratulations. Dipti Tayagi in law. Okay? Joining us virtually. Congratulations nevertheless. Malaki Nyangani, Management Information. Malaki also joining us virtually. Congratulations nevertheless. We continue. Still, remember, the same sponsor. Gamuchirai Makumbe Assurance. Congratulations. I keep seeing your face. Larona Tembi Hoboko, Business Planning Taxation at a professional level. Congratulations. A round of applause as she is the last of the batch sponsored by MSD Misutro and Associates. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Me Mudong. We continue. In this one, I would like to call upon Me Bajaki Mkali. Me Mkali, please make your way here as the Learning and Development Manager at the Botswana Unified Revenue Service, or BURS. Please help her up with a round of applause. There are 5 awards that they sponsored, starting with Hofaone Munso. Hofaone Munso, Business, Technology and Finance Certificate level. Round of applause to you, my friend. Sanokeng Fortunate Musele, Management Information Certificate level. Congratulations. Sadimote Musime, Principles of Taxation Certificate level. Bakang Marumo, Business Planning Taxation, Professional level. We have here Ulutomisen Ruth Ugundipe, tax compliance. Okay, joining us virtually. Congratulations. And then finally, sponsored by the Botswana Unified Revenue Service, Dipti Tiagi, tax compliance, also joining us virtually. Congratulations to all who got awarded these certificates. Thank you so much, Mem Kadi. Now, I would like to invite a representative for PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC. You can get assistance for this next award. PwC. Okay, so let's continue. And this one is from RSM Botswana, Mr. Prosper Muonde. If you may please join us on stage. Mr. Muonde. Okay, so let's award an award here to Boto Gahosi, tax compliance, sponsored by PricewaterhouseCoopers. So Re Muonde, you will assist us on behalf of PwC. Yes, a towering figure. I look up to you. Okay, so now it's RSM Botswana, and rightfully represented here by the managing partner, Mr. Prosper Muonde. Thank you so much, sir. The first of the batch is Editor Mpela. Editor Mpela in Business Planning, Taxation, Professional level. Round of applause. We have Sophie Joseph, Principles of Taxation, Certificate level. Congratulations to you. Wabaone Sichotro, Audit and Assurance, Professional level. Joining us virtually. Congratulations to you, Wabaone. Saunokeng Fortunate Mosele, Audit and Assurance, Professional level. And then finally, Dineo Kubokile, Strategic Business Management, Advanced level. Joining us virtually. And that does it. A round of applause for all our achievers from that particular list. And do remember, that was the best achiever in each module, awarded for having the highest pass mark for the module and passing on first attempt. Thank you so much, Re Muonde. Thank you. This next category is Best Overall Performer. This is awarded to those that passed 3 or more modules at each level and also had the highest overall average mark of all modules passed. So it gets even bigger. And awarding the first 3, sponsored by Deloitte, I would like to welcome Me Ramatlapeng, Managing Partner at Deloitte. Thank you so much, Mayor Ramatlapeng, also President, of course, of BICA. Let's get to the first one, Saunokeng Fortunate Mosele, Best Performer, Certificate level. Kidirile Botswana, Best Performer, Professional level. Blessed Karumekai, Best Performer, Advanced level, sponsored by Deloitte and facilitated here by Mayor Cecilia Ramatlapeng, Managing Partner. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mayor Ramatlapeng. I'd like to call upon from Ernst & Young, Mr. Obed Nokane, Managing Partner. Mr. Obed Nokane, please, if I may invite you to the stage. We have one award here under this category that was sponsored by Ernst & Young, and he will facilitate the handing over of that award. I would like to call upon Homotsehang Pedi, Best Performer at a Professional Level. Congratulations to you, Homotsehang. Thank you so much, Renokani. You may be excused. From Little Q Consultants, I'd like to call back up Re Moketi Lerato. He's an accountant there. And this award that's sponsored by Little Q will go to Wada Mashumba, Best Performer Advanced Level. Wada Mashumba. She's the last recipient in the category, so continue the applause, please. Continue the applause, please. Wow. We are doing great things. We are doing great things. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Re Lorato. Nemla dedika hola very soon. Very soon. And this next award actually is yours. Sponsored by the BICA CEO, Vereli Mulatedi. A round of applause. Now I think I should speak slower about this award because we are now reaching a point where these are huge accolades. This award is the Chief Executive Officer's Award, an award that is awarded here for a person who has contributed articles to the BICA newsletter, who has contributed towards the development of the qualification by offering suggestions and initiatives, and such person that has motivated and inspired other students. Sounds like me, but unfortunately, it is not. This award, the CEO's Award, sponsored by the Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants, BICA, goes to Ma Komana Khaudi. Congratulations. A huge round of applause, please. Continue rolling that round of applause, please. It's a great, great, great achievement. Wow. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And thank you so much for your patience and facilitating the awards. A round of applause for Memola Tedi. Hosna Upo Mutwenyang from now. Please, let her rest. Now we're going on to the President's Award. This is an award given to a graduate who has shown commitment, dedication, and hard work, has completed the BICA qualification within a 5-year period, and has low numbers of attempts to pass the examinations. So this is a one-taker, to say the least. To facilitate the first of the 2 awards, which are the President Awards, I'd like to call, again, as mentioned earlier, I would do it, Mekosego Motsamai, former BICA President, to facilitate this particular award. Memotsamai. And this award, the BICA President's Award, sponsored by KPMG, goes to Blessed Karumekai, who just keeps coming back. Keeps coming back. commitment, dedication, hard work, completing the BICA qualification in a period of 5 years. Amazing, amazing stuff. Congratulations yet again. Thank you so much, Mayor Motsamai. The second of the President's Award will be facilitated by the current President of BICA, Mayor Cecilia Ramatlapeng. If I may welcome you back to the stage. And I've already mentioned the caliber of the graduate who is going to receive this award. This award is given to Tapiwa Malasa. Tapiwa Malasa. Tapiwa Malasa unfortunately is not here, but a round of applause so she hears it virtually. Thank you so much, Mayor Ramatlapeng. You may be excused.
The integrity of Botswana's economic development is a result of the continuous contribution and dedication of all stakeholders in the accountancy profession. It is enhanced by a globally recognized regulatory body, Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants, BICA. We believe in being the leading professional body in the country while exercising our mandate of upholding the interests of our members as well as that of the public. Being a strong accountancy profession, we have established the Botswana Professional Accountancy Qualification, which is enhanced by a globally recognized body, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales. So reach out for greatness with a BICA qualification, the only qualification that will guarantee you both theoretical and practical experience, ensure success. Become a member of BICA today to continue honing your skills through the relevant, diverse, continued professional development programs. For more information, call BICA on 397-2992 or visit www.bica.org.bw to find out more about our exceptional programs, BICA incentives, and exciting competitions. Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants. Inspired opportunities.
I am going to humbly ask that I invite yet again to the stage Mr. Oupa Masesane, as well as the BICA President, Mayor Cecilia Ramatlapeng, as we go towards the next item of our agenda. There is a token of appreciation by Mr. Zaim Anwar Shamar, who has contributed so greatly to you guys sitting right here. So the 16 graduates were sponsored quite generously by Mr. Shamar here. And so I would like to have them all come up on stage. And of course, Mr. Shamar is going to be handing over that token of appreciation. So a round of applause, please. 1, 2, 3, as marked on the floor. Over there. Thank you so much. So, as you may see, if you look to my right, there is a 5-figure token of appreciation, which is going to be handed over by Mr. Shamar and Associates. And this is over and above going towards the graduates. So this was his contribution to you and your talent and your profession and your aspirations. So I would like to hear a thunderous round of applause for what I see being 32,017 pula. I hope I said that. 17, 16, you understand where I'm coming from. So thank you so much. You can hand it over, Mr. Shamar, and perhaps a photo opportunity for this moment as you're handing over that token of appreciation. So, me Ramatlapeng, Mr. Masesane, there it is. That is what you are benefiting from, Sharma and Associates. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. Mr. Sharma, you're able to be excused. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we're going to an exciting part of the program. And this program is going to be looking at our 16 graduates. The 16 graduates who, through tears and sleepless nights and severed relationships, excuses. As soon as I said relationships, yeah, definitely. I've lost a few people along the way. But it was all for a good cause, because here you are now. You are about to become BICA graduates. And based on what I've been hearing from previous speakers, that carries with it a monumental credential. So be proud of where you are now. This is the 2021 graduation and awards ceremony for BICA. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the awarding of our graduates. We're going to award you what is due to you. And from what I understand, because of COVID-19 and the way that the pandemic has affected our lives, there is a backlog that we're going to have to recognize. It goes as far back as 2019. So do not be surprised as we call the different graduates if you see somebody and that person is of a different class of 2019, class of 2020, for an example. So as mentioned before, I'm going to call your name. Please walk up to the table, collect your award, come up to the stage and pay your curtsies to our guests, photo opportunity, and then swiftly move on to the far right of the stage. Without wasting any time, let me call Blessed Kurumekai up for the first award for this afternoon. Blessed Kurumekai, please, a round of applause. Yet again, congratulations to you, Blessed. And as she goes up and takes her pictures, I'd like to call swiftly Neo Haunakala. Neo Haunakala, also of the year 2019. Please collect your award and come over to the stage. And it's worth mentioning here that the two that I've mentioned, including Anasurti, who is joining us virtually because we are at that level. They are able to enjoy what we're enjoying here in the living room or in the kitchen or wherever, wearing their beautiful dresses or attire. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Neo. And these three were sponsored by Botswana University. The efforts of Botswana University, of course, alongside Mashumba and Associates. So I'd like to call upon Priya Aya, who is the Pro Vice Chancellor at Botswana University, just as a way of appreciating the efforts that were put into making this a reality for these particular graduates. So if you may join us here on stage so that we can see you and appreciate you and hopefully go back to you in future years for more of our contributions. A round of applause, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, May I. You may step down. So those trophies were sponsored by Botswana University as well as Mr. Sharma and Associates. So we move on, and this is from the class of 2020. Ode Bonita Barre, please, if you may, collect your trophy and make your way this way. A round of applause for Ode Barre. Round of applause to them. Khomolemo Peti Piri, class of 2020. Yeah, don't forget to take a picture. We need evidence. Without evidence, you did not graduate. Okay, so we keep moving. That is the class of 2020. So the last of that class is Tapiwa Malasa, but Tapiwa is also joining us virtually, somewhere in the living room, enjoying this very broadcast and these proceedings. So congratulations to Tapiwa. I want Tapiwa to hear our applause. So let's give Tapiwa a good, hearty round of applause. And selfie by the Roman. Okay, let's continue. Now we're moving on to the 2021 batch. And starting us off is Katro Neo Mukumako. Katro, congratulations to you. And while Katro is making her way, Senwelo Arabang. Senwelo Arabang. Make your way as well. I like the fact that we somewhat have gender parity, and maybe even we're starting to see more women dominating the graduation space. A big round of applause for that. Now we know who should do the budgeting when we get home. Refilwe Litswiti. Refilwe Litswiti, please make your way. Congratulations to you. A round of applause for Refilwe Litswiti. And as Refilwe is making her way, Tsepiso Pearl Molefe. Tsepiso Pearl Molefe. An MVP of sorts based on the applause. The top of the graduating class, I must think. We continue again the class of 2021 with Karishma Khajendra. Kamishra Khajendra, please join us. A round of applause for Karishma. Kamuchirai Makumbe. Kamuchirai Makumbe. Breaking the trend that was lopsided gender-wise. Yes, a special round of applause for him. Yes. I don't see him complaining. I don't think he would have complained in class. Congratulations, my brother. I'd like to also welcome to the stage here Wada Mashumba. Wada Mashumba, make your way up here and receive what is duly yours. A round of applause yet again for Wada. Let me also mention, we are really trying to acquaint ourselves with this hybrid system. So some of our graduates are actually going to be graduating virtually. So yet another graduate will be Tato Loretta Ndwapi. A round of applause for Tato. Tato is a unisex name, right? So Loretta gives it away. Yet another female. Congratulations, ladies. You have done well. And then last but not least, the class of 2021 also joining us virtually, Koziba Tietso. Congratulations to Koziba Tietso. And that about does that for our graduates. 16 graduates for the year 2021 collectively. A thunderous round of applause to you all. You are going to go places and create job opportunities for others, I'm sure. Let me thank Me Ramatapeng as well as Re Masisane for facilitating that. Thank you so very much. You may step down. Okay, so now that we are slowly reaching the climax, or we have actually started making our way uphill, I would like to call upon one of the graduates She was just here moments ago, a representative to give us words of encouragement, maybe testimonies, tell us the kind of efforts that you had to go through, you know, the gauntlet of challenges that you had to survive in order to find yourselves here, and everything else that has made it possible. I have learned that this is a very rigorous program, one that some have started in 2012, only graduating this year, 2021. So it requires a lot of focus. Not just that, it requires a clear mind and no njolo. Let us do this. Me lebonetse tirelo Modimo wa gae, can I welcome you to the podium to share some remarks with your fellow colleagues. A round of applause for Lebonetse.
That's too right. Distinguished guests, our guest of honor, my fellow graduates, y'all are looking beautiful and handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Memara Matlapeng had already asked that we take a moment of silence earlier on to honor everyone, those who have departed. But my director of ceremonies, allow me in particular to honor one of our own, Mr. Cyril Magole. We used to call him the godfather of BICA. He trained most of us, and let me just say, his legacy lives on. Allow me to seize this opportunity to congratulate all my esteemed fellows who are graduating today, the BICA class of 2019, 2020, 2021. I believe that with those three letters at the end of your names, you shall leave no stone unturned. You shall be the key leaders in this global competitive market and take leadership in the finance and accounting industry at large. Well, we are there. We've already started. We've already started making marks. ICAO Regional Director, let me assure you, we are actually making an impact. And especially that most graduates are ladies. You know how ladies are. You can see through our you can see through our chairperson, Mara Matlapeng. Megosego Motsamai, KPMG Managing Director, is also here. Mema Mulatedi, I mean, we are taking our space. It's been long. The past few years have certainly been tough for us graduates, especially with the introduction of computerized exams and the COVID-19 pandemic. But here we are celebrating this huge achievement, a beginning of a great chapter, a beginning of a great journey, which I believe will lead to great destinations. I'm here to just give thanks because the leadership has already mentioned the challenges that we've been facing. Allow me to give thanks to say to the families, to the friends who walked with us through this colorful journey. We're grateful. It wasn't easy, but all of you were with us through every step of the way, through the tears and the smiles at the end of the day. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude also to the BICA training department, its leadership, Mamula Tedi. You supported us, you constantly encouraged us, even organized tutorials for us to try and make it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one challenging qualification. To the firms and financial institutions who offered us training, we are grateful. Allow me, especially that I have this space as a KPMG graduate, allow me to thank Megosego Motsamai, the KPMG Managing Director. Ladies and gentlemen, she has produced the most BICA graduates and trained the most. Motsamai, we are grateful. To those who are willing to go through this path, who are willing to embark on this journey, and to those who are already on this journey, let me just be honest and say this is one tough journey. It's challenging. There'll be a few sleepless nights there and there. You are going to actually Okay, let me correct that. My fellow graduates are actually not agreeing with me. There are going to be a lot of sleepless nights. The journey is going to be challenging. You're actually going to at some point fight with your employer for the leave days to go and study. But let me assure you, at the end of the day, it is all worth it. We are really happy, as you can see through our faces. But just to give you a few pointers, since we are doing this virtually and you can actually see and listen, please don't overcommit. You know how much you can take. You know how many papers you can take. So take what you can. Don't overcommit, because at the end of the day, you're going to be more disappointed. The resits are worth it. They're actually training you. The resits, trust me, they are all worth it. Don't mind. Take as many resits, but please commit. Don't just take as many resits. Also, get on with the right group of people. Get on with the right study partners, and at the end of the day, this is your journey. Walk it, and walk it with pride. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you.
What an evening of inspiration and entertainment. Thank you so much, Lebonete, for such an inspirational speech. As we continue and wind down to the tail end of our program, I would like to welcome the BICA Council member and chairperson of the Membership and Examinations Committee to give us a vote of thanks, Mr. Moshe Libengo. Please help me welcome him to the podium with a thunderous applause. Libengo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, let me first start by echoing the words of all speakers before me. All protocol is highly observed, as alluded by the Masters of Ceremonies at the beginning of the event. It is my privilege to have been asked to deliver a vote of thanks on this glorious and historic event. I, on behalf of the BICA Council, Secretariat of Botswana Institute of Chartered Accountants, and the entire management here, extend a very sincere gratitude to all players who contributed to the success of this event. To all attendees, thank you for making time to attend this event. This occasion is special because we now have 16 more graduates who have now increased the number of BICA Chartered Accountants. This is evidence to the hard work and commitment that was built in driving to this momentous achievement. We will continue to celebrate and honor their achievements. To the graduates and award recipients, well done. Allow me to commence by thanking our guest of honor, Mr. Masesane, for accepting to grace this event with his presence. We thank you for your perspective and encouraging speech. Let me also extend our gratitude to all partners who have contributed to success of our graduate journey. The ICAW representative, Mr. Michael Armstrong, our sincere appreciation to you, sir, for delivering such an inspiring message virtually, and for the strategic partnership that has contributed to this milestone. We also convey our appreciation to the BICA President, Mrs. Cecilia Ramatapeng, and my council colleagues for their contribution. Bagaetsu, let me also give vote of thanks to the Accountant General, Mr. Molowatadi, for continuously putting in efforts to deliver the Institute's needs through the ministry. Additional sincere thank you to the Chief Executive Officer of BAOA, Mr. Duncan Majinda, who is our regulator. To our tuition providers, especially those that have played a role towards producing this graduate, we take note of all your efforts and encourage others to follow in your footsteps. To the authorized trainee employers, we are thankful for your much needed expertise through the Technical Work Experience Program, which has made it possible to empower this graduate and make them what they are today. Distinguished guests, this journey has been a marathon, but we are here today at the finishing line as we embrace the achievement of the BICA graduate and awards recipients here today. I look forward for their contribution in the society. CEO of parastatals and private organizations, head of government departments, BICA representative, my fellow colleagues, members of the media here present, Director of Ceremonies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for the efforts and contribution that has made today the achievement that it is. It will be remiss of me not to recognize the support and guardians of parents, guardians, family, friends, and partners. You have been an inspiration for these achievers, and on behalf of BICA, I sincerely thank you and urge you to keep supporting them in their professional lives. Let me thank the Membership and Examination Committee, the Graduation and Awards Organizing Committee, and the Secretariat for their commendable effort in ensuring the success of the event. I would further like to thank those that dug into their pockets by sponsoring these different awards. They deserve a round of applause. Looking at the difficulties that we are in, and they still found it fit to sponsor this award. You are indeed a value-adding partners in the development. Bagaetsu, an event of this magnitude cannot transpire in one day and needs meticulous planning and execution. Therefore, let me lastly thank the Director of Ceremonies, Tumisa Mutei, for directing the afternoon affairs, GICC for this splendid venue, and the media for the publicity they will accord this event. We sincerely thank you and looking forward to another successful graduation in the coming years. Thank you, Pula.
So, that about does it for the proceedings for this afternoon. And before I say goodbye to you all and you are able to enjoy refreshments and call your friends, I can see already phones are flickering. Bo outlala lao graduatile. Salaro huemeti. It will happen. And you have actually gotten what is due to you. But what I wanted to say is something that is coming from me, Tumisa Motei. I've graduated before, some point, few times actually. And every time I've graduated, there has been some words that in my studies I'd come across. And these words were taken from the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Some may be familiar with his works. Yes. Friedrich Nietzsche said something that has resonated with me for the longest time. Even today, I remember these words so vividly, so clearly. And what he had said was, you are rewarding your teacher poorly if you forever remain a student. You are rewarding your teacher poorly if you forever remain a student. So what does that mean? It means that BICA has done its part. You are now, through the qualification, through the efforts of your facilitators, are stepping into a world that you need to navigate. You are now the steward of your narrative, our narrative. We are taking you out to gather skills so that you can come back and assist us in nation building. Assist us to have a stronger, more robust, ethical environment. That is what is needed from you. The fact that I had mentioned that you will get your 5 or 6 figure salary, That should be secondary to what you're going out there to do. With your analytical skills, with your innovation, with your creativity, you can conquer anything. But with great credentials comes great responsibility. So all I'm asking is that be responsible citizens. You may be going to various parts of the world. Some of you may already have found employment. That does not mean to say you should forget where you're coming from. The foundation of all that you have learned, steered and propelled by a system of Boto, which was mentioned earlier. So go out there and make me proud. I'm sure that one of these days I'll be sitting down with you in the studio interviewing you, and you'll remind me I was one of the graduates at the very ceremony that you were doing proceedings for. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to experience such greatness in one room. And for those that are even watching virtually, it shows that we're going far, and we wish to go far together. My name is Timisa Mote. Thank you so much for your attention, and happy graduation.